Hi everybody, thanks for joining us here on this edition of Wheels Afield. I'm Andy Lightbody. Well, behind me is the Jeep Liberty model. Now, if you go back historically, the Jeep Liberty was originally introduced in 2002. It was completely revamped in 2008. Rumor has it probably won't be until 2013 and or 14 when you're probably going to see an entire new lineup from the Jeep family. However, this is kind of the small size SUV. It's a four-wheel drive. This one here is the limited model, which means it's got all of the whistles and bells. The vehicle itself tops out at about 5,000 pounds. It's built on a wheelbase of about 106 inches. It's got a total overall length, well, it's not a real big one, 176 inches. But it will seat 4 passengers pretty comfortably. Now, this vehicle, as you can see, has kind of got a chiseled design to it. So if you're looking for the smooth kind of crossover looking vehicles, forget it. Jeep says that this one is made for off-road, and I'll tell you some of the reasons why I couldn't agree with them more. Let's begin with under the hood. This particular vehicle, like all of the Jeep Liberties, comes with a 3.7 liter V6 engine. So really, when you get on the highways, it's not a barn burner. In fact, there's actually some hesitation in it when you're trying to accelerate up to, say, freeway speeds quickly. But what I will tell you is, it doesn't like to be on the road. It wasn't designed to be on the road. It's designed to be an off-road vehicle. In fact, it even has badges sporting on the side where it's saying it's trail rated. So Jeep is saying, you know, if you don't want a vehicle that really is at home in the dirt, there's some other models that are out there and available that'll take care of that. But if you want something that is really what they call trail rated, they've done it right. The 3.7 liter V6 engine gives you plenty of power when you're in four-wheel drive high and or four-wheel drive low. The engine compartment is laid out pretty smart. In fact, one of the features I noticed immediately when popping the hood was, look at the size of the reservoir capacity just for the windshield wiper stuff. It makes it really big. Why? Because you're going to get off-road, you're going to get dirty, you're going to be able to need a large capacity to keep your windshield clean, and Jeep has built it in here. Another feature that I like, check this out. This is the fuse box. The fuse panel and everything is not underneath the dashboard where nobody can ever get to it. They decided, let's put it up here in the engine compartment and be able to make it accessible. Everything is laid out pretty well and smart. Last year for 2010, they went to basically what they call a higher grade air filtration system. Again, why? They wanted you to have the capacity to be able to get in, change the air filter, clean it up and what have you, as compared to, say, a standard car, which rarely do you need to get in except to regularly do some maintenance on it. When you're off-road, yeah, you're going to need access to it. Another feature also is that while it's propped open like this, you can open the hood all the way up to the windshield. Another nice feature that if you need to get in and actually do some work on it, you've got access to it. As I said, the styling is such that it is a chiseled look. It looks like an off-road vehicle. It's got the halogen lights, which are really good and very, very bright. Let's do a little walk around on some of the other features. This particular one, as I said, is the Limited. Now there's 3 versions available. There's the Sport, the Renegade, and the Limited. The Limited is the most expensive, but it's got all of the whistles and bells. Comes with 17-inch alloy wheels, Goodyear tires, good on-off-road traction. I will tell you this though, again, it's an off-road vehicle. When it's on the road at highway speeds, it tends to be a little bit noisy. The front suspension is very smooth. It likes being able to rotate in the dirt on off-road trails or just even on off-road roads. Come to the back here to get inside. Good capacity. You're not going to have to step up. You don't need running boards on this. The vehicle itself has just about 7.9 inches of ground clearance. That may not sound like a lot, but you know, if you're careful and you know how to drive a vehicle and pick through the rocks and what have you, that's plenty. But Jeep is also giving you an insurance policy. They have put front skid plates on here, and I'm not talking about decorative skid plates. I'm talking about heavy duty that if you happen to go up and kiss a boulder or get yourself high centered somehow, you're not going to have to worry about doing a lot of damage down underneath. Inside, we've got a leather interior. Like I said, this is top of the line. All of the whistles and bells are laid out very well in this, and there's a lot of them. You got the AM, the FM, you've got the Sirius, you've got the DVD player. Everything is laid out nicely, it's practical, it's easy to get to. The vehicle itself has 3 basic drive modes: 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive high, and 4-wheel drive low. All of them are with a little mounted switch right next to the transmission shifter, so it's easy. On the fly, you can switch up and down, go back and forth as quickly as you want to, and not get yourself in trouble. Okay, back seat, doors are open pretty good. There is not a lot of room. This is, again, not a big giant SUV, but there is room for everybody to get in and sit comfortably. The back seats will fold flat, which greatly increases your storage capacity on the back end. And it's good for taking it on hunting trips. I like the idea that you can lay it down because I can put a gun case in here, I can put my fishing rods and my tackle boxes. Okay, now you're going to see what looks like right here, a roof rack. Well, it's not actually a roof rack. It's the only, how should I say, option in an SUV that Jeep has basically got a monopoly on. This is called the Sky Slider, and we'll give you a close-up of it. What it is it's basically a sunroof that starts up in the front seat and goes all the way back to here. It is a cloth type soft top, and it folds and accordions up and back and what have you, and it gives you that open air feeling of get out and enjoy the great outdoors. Our only question is that if you're in heavy snow conditions and or weather conditions where, let's say, you may get a foot of snow at night, I'm wondering on the long term how that's going to hold up. On that particular account, the jury is still out. Gas cap right here on the side, no remote. Again, you don't need it. Coming into the back, it's got a large capacity door that goes up. And again, it enables you to fold the seats down, so you've got a lot more carrying capacity than what it actually looks like. There's a little storage area down underneath. Basically, it's for tools and small items. Your full-size spare tire is down underneath the vehicle. Now, one of the features that I like, particularly with the Limited, is that I've got an option of being able to pop the door fully open, or I can just get into the window side of it if I need to. Now, check this out. This is something that I really, really like. A lot of us are out there and saying, you know what, the SUVs today are, well, they're good, you know, but they're a lot of city-fied and this and that, and you don't have any towing capacity. On this one, you do. The Limited comes with a 5,000-pound rated hitch, lighting system, basically plug and play. You're ready to hit the road. On the downside, this type of an off-road vehicle, again, is not geared for high mileage. It's rated right at about 15 in the city, which we did. The best we were able to do was get about 19 miles per gallon out of it when we were on the highway. Obviously, when you're back in the backcountry and you're going slow, now, but hey, it's a trade-off. Do you want fuel economy, or do you want to know that you've got the power to get yourself out of trouble if you get yourself into it? Overall, it's a cute little vehicle. It's been pretty highly rated by a lot of the other magazines and automotive specialists out there. So, the Liberty, you want to get into the backcountry, you want to enjoy the great outdoors, I think it's a pretty good choice from Rocky Mountain Television.